guys, and welcome to episode 2 of AlphanumetriX YouTube show. It's the night before Christmas here in Australia, so all my family's come here to visit, so I haven't done much trading throughout the week. I haven't really been paying attention to the charts, so there's been very little manipulation on the portfolio this week. There is one major trade that we've placed on, and we'll go through that in a minute, but my gift to all of you for Christmas is that I'm going to keep this show really short and really sharp. So let's get straight into it and crack on from there. We'll start the show on the portfolio the way that we'll start every show. So the portfolio didn't perform very well throughout the week. We are minus $12 in the portfolio from a $5,000 investment. I have added nothing to the stocks this week. There was nothing really came into the wheelhouse, but as I said, we didn't really look at the charts too much. I've been too busy drinking and playing with my brothers. So other than that, there's not much to say about the portfolio. You will, however, notice that from the $50,000 of the initial balance of capital that we started in this portfolio, Australian dollars, we've now only got $28 because $23,000 was taken out of the portfolio and put into one trade, which we'll go into right now, the Bitcoin trade. So I didn't want this to be a real swing trader account. I wanted it to only be really long-term investments, but when you see such a simple trade set up, you sort of have to take it. So I was looking at the same thing that you were looking at, everybody was looking at, this old descending triangle breakout zone thing. So as soon as that came down, and as soon as we broke out here, I waited a day. The very next day when we came back down and retested these lines, I'm going to get rid of this right now and add float on. Well, we were in the trade from here. So if you come over and have a look at float, we entered the position at 48,550 with that $23,000 3x leveraged, and the position is currently 15% up, 2,554. That's US dollars, so 3,500 Australian dollars in unrealized profit in this trade, or 0.05 Bitcoin in this position so far. So that's really boosted the overall portfolio really well to have added 3,500 in gains this week in Australian dollars. So the power of leverage and the power of Bitcoin is my bread and butter, and that's what we really love here. So that's a really simple trade. It has to be taken, but what to do now is kind of a different story. So I'll get rid of float for a moment. Bitcoin is at an absolute crucial point. So if you look at the 12-hour time frame, we've had a bullish cross on the 12-hour time frame. That's a good start, but it's not enough for me. This could be a whole lot of nothing. So I'm gonna probably take profit on this trade if it starts. I'm not gonna lose any money on this trade, let me put it that way. I've got a break-even stop in at the moment. I'm happy to let that roll because it could be a fantastic entry if we let this run, but we've still got a lot to get through here. I want to see this continue to move up. It'll probably come back down and retest the 7 EMA and sort of flutter around a bit. But I need this to close above the 30 exponential moving average. I need to get us across the 50 period moving average and move onwards and upwards. Let's look at the higher time frame. The 3-day, you can see we're still have been rejected by the 50 exponential moving average on the 3-day time frame. Again, we really want to see this move up. On the weekly time frame, you know, it pretty much looks the same. But if we could, with 2 days and 18 hours remaining, I really just want us to stay above the 30, the red line here, exponential moving average on the weekly chart. I'd be pretty satisfied with that. And looking at additional indicators, looking at the MRI, we've had, you know, if we can be above, let's say, 49,500 next week, we'll start a green candle on the weekly. It's a really positive signs, believe it or not. I'm not full bottle on Bitcoin right now. In my other accounts, I'm about 150,000 US dollars in a trade as well, in addition to this 50,000 I'm in right here. But you know, that's only really about 15-20% of the capital that I want exposed to Bitcoin. If we get first of all, the daily bullish cross. So if this blue line, I'm going to get rid of the MRI for a moment. If we can get this blue line here to cross this red line, you'll get a bullish signal like you did right here. Then I would add some more to this long position, and then on the 3-day time frame, exactly the same. If we can get these to rise up and we can start to move above this 30 exponential moving average, and we can get the bullish cross here, the 7 exponential moving average crossing the 30, I'll be 100% long in this position, well over $1 million long, and then I'll stay in that for as long as possible. So to recap what we were talking about last week, what I was looking for on Bitcoin, I was looking for a green diamond on the 3-day time period. Well, I also said if we don't get that, what I'm looking for is a bullish cross on the 3-day time frame. It just happened that we happened to see this ascending triangle break and then a retest of it that I had to get in. But other than that, everything else applies. I'm not fully invested. But in the portfolio, we have now allocated to Bitcoin. We're in a 3x leverage trade. If we get higher than that, I'm happy just to sit in this trade and let it go onwards and upwards. So that's all I have to say this week. I told you the show was going to be short and sharp. There's nothing else to really talk about because we didn't add any stocks to the positions. We're still keeping an eye on it. We're still going to, as the new year rolls in, we'll start to add more and more positions to these stocks that we've got. We'll keep monitoring this Bitcoin trade. It may be that we get out of this trade and put it back into cash and then wait for a better entry if it looks weak. But at the moment, it doesn't look that weak. It looks actually pretty good, so I'm happy to be in this trade. That's it for us from AlphanumetriX for the week. I'm sorry that the show is pretty amateur this week. I'll try not to do 2 intros this week as well when I'll do a bit of editing. But Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you so much for your support. And have any questions, reach out to us at any time. Matt McGregor from AlphanumetriX. Merry Christmas.